there is a new partnership on the horizon between Serbia and Azerbaijan. The presidents of the two countries met recently in Belgrade, where they signed 7 bilateral agreements, including a potentially lucrative memorandum of understanding that will cover energy. Aside from cooperating on natural gas and electricity, Aleksandar Vucic and Ilham Aliyev reiterated their support for each other on the global stage. Prior to Aliyev's visit, Vucic said he's open to discuss Serbia's connection to the Trans-Anatolian Natural Gas Pipeline, which is the main artery that brings Caspian energy to Europe. Like many other Balkan countries, Serbia has been hit by soaring energy prices and fears of shortages, given its heavy dependence on Russia. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has also made supply disruptions a serious concern heading into winter. Belgrade has been moving to diversify its supply sources, and the deal with Azerbaijan could prove a sustainable option.
As my friend Aleksandar said, we have discussed cooperation in the field of energy, and these discussions will be continued. There are ample opportunities for cooperation in the fields of natural gas and electricity.
Our relations with Azerbaijan from today, when we signed the statement and memorandum on strategic partnership and alliance, we raised to a new level. Therefore, we are working on a connecting pipeline between Serbia and Bulgaria to secure and purchase significant volumes of gas in advance from our friends in Baku.
Let's go to our panel to get more on what an energy deal between Serbia and Azerbaijan could look like. From Belgrade, we have Stevan Gajic. He is a political scientist and a research associate at the Institute of European Studies. And from Baku, we have Faris Ismailzadeh. He is the vice rector for external and government affairs at ADA University. Gentlemen, great to have you with us.
Great to be here.
Stevan, what would a gas deal with Azerbaijan mean for Serbia and the region?
Well, it would definitely mean more energy security, since Serbia became a victim of, let's say, a ricochet of the EU sanctions against Russia, since we've seen what happened with the gas pipeline that comes from Omišalj, from the island of Krk in Croatia. According to the New Deal, Serbia is being prevented from buying the oil from that source. So similar things might happen with gas, and obviously Azeri gas is a option to be seriously considered.
Faris, how is this expanded partnership between the two countries being perceived in Baku? Both presidents said that their friendship will be eternal.
Yeah, generally this is perceived as a great opportunity for Azerbaijan to expand cooperation with European countries. We are already exporting to a number of EU member states, and Azerbaijan wants to diversify its portfolio, and there are now new opportunities to export to Bulgaria, Serbia, and many other countries in Eastern Europe and Southern Europe. So this will bring not only economic dividends, but also serious political and foreign policy dividends to Azerbaijan.
Stevan, you already mentioned Serbia under a lot of pressure since Russia's attack on Ukraine. The country has remained neutral. Has it imposed sanctions on Russia? Doesn't seem like it will in the near future as well. Is this close relationship with Azerbaijan part of Serbia's strategy to keep electricity prices in the region low?
I can't say anything about the strategy, but Serbia obviously is looking at other options. And unlike, I would say, the rest of the Balkan countries, Serbia realizes that there are 4 sides of the world. And Azerbaijan is definitely a close and important partner. I must say that the cooperation is on the rise for at least 10 years or even more. Since the time of President Boris Tadic. I must remind you that the relations got so close that a monument of the first Azeri president was erected in Belgrade, and a monument of Nikola Tesla, a Serbian scientist, was erected in Baku as a symbol of this close relations. But what is really most important for Serbia is the firm the firm stance of Azerbaijan when it comes to the territorial integrity of Serbia, when it comes to Kosovo and Metohija being part of Serbia, and that is very highly respected in Belgrade, as it is with all the countries that have the same position on the issue.
Faris, Serbian president was joking, saying everyone wants to be a friend with Ilham Aliyev in the time of energy crisis. But how has Baku's position in the region changed in the wake of the crisis? Seems like it's true. Everyone wants to make deals with Azerbaijan.
Well, I would say that the Caspian region has become more important, both in terms of energy, but also in terms of middle corridor, transportation corridor, connecting Asia and Europe. So Azerbaijan's position and generally Caspian region's position is becoming more and more vital. And of course, the dynamic policy of President Ilham Aliyev, who is connecting Asia and Europe, who is traveling very actively to different countries, developing synchronization between these countries. I think this is very much appreciated by EU, by European powers. And I believe that there will be more opportunities for transit corridor via Caspian region, via Azerbaijan. And this is what EU very much needs now due to sanctions on Russia and due to sanctions on Iran.
Stevan, what does Belgrade need to build to get Azerbaijani gas to Serbia? Vucic was mentioning interconnector between Serbia and Bulgaria. How far away are we from these projects to be finished?
Well, when it comes to gas infrastructure, Serbia has done a lot of work in the last decade. The South Stream, or now it's called the Balkan Stream or the Turkish Stream, I even forgot because it's been changing so much. The infrastructure for that was built more than a year ago, and the interconnector with Bulgaria is on its way. Why it was so slow? It is because nobody knew that if it will ever be used. So now that there are these two, let's say, a fact that we have both of these infrastructures in place, and I think that it's only a matter of short period of time when the interconnector would be finished. Serbia has options, and of course, Azerbaijan is a very important, if not the key partner, actually for this.
Faris, did Ankara? Yes, please go. Faris.
May I add here that we are talking not only about the gas export and possibly oil exports, but also significant amount of electricity exports, because Azerbaijan has very serious intentions to develop renewable energy. We already signed 2 contracts for solar and wind energy with Masdar and Aqua Powers. These are big companies from Middle East. So I think Azerbaijan is emerging as a very large exporter of electricity. Already we are exporting to a number of countries, and Serbia is definitely the next destination.
Faris, did Ankara play a role in getting Azerbaijan closer to Serbia, that's having very close links to Ankara as of recently?
Well, generally, Azerbaijan and Turkey are synchronizing their policies, and Turkey is serving as a transit hub for Azerbaijani oil and gas to European markets. So certainly, there's a lot of discussions between these two capitals. And recently, President Aliyev, when he was at our university at the international conference, he said that there are now ongoing discussions with Turkey about the transit fees, about the increasing volume of Azerbaijani gas to European markets. Certainly, Ankara is part of these discussions and part of this general scheme of developments.
Stevan, what do all these latest developments mean for the future of Balkan countries that are still waiting to be accepted into the EU, like Serbia? It seems the country is getting closer to Turkey and Azerbaijan while maintaining close ties with Russia as well.
Well, let me say one thing. Serbia's so-called European path turned very much to look like Turkey's European path. So formally, Serbia is still Euro-integrating, and the EU is pretending that it wants Serbia, but it has done nothing since the summit in Salonika of 2003 or 4. I can't even remember. It was so long time ago. Serbia is looking for other options. It knows that the world has four sides, and it has built a number of close partnerships with many Middle Eastern countries. I must say that Serbia is a rare country that has good relations with both, for instance, Israel and Iran, and Turkey, and the Gulf countries, Saudi Arabia and the Emirates, Qatar and Bahrain. So Serbia really is looking into different options, and I think that it will meet Turkey in the future with the new types of integrations that are happening on the Eurasian continent. So it is only logical that it is building good relations with Azerbaijan. There's a number of similarities between the two. Serbia is the key country in the Balkans, as Azerbaijan is the key country in South Caucasus and the Caspian region. So I think that this diversification is only logical because the EU became rogue, I must say, since 2016, since the UK left, and its political power is declining.
Okay, thank you both for being our guests on Across the Balkans. Great discussion. We are going to stay with Serbia, but on a more controversial note. FIFA has charged the Serbian Football Federation for hanging a banner in their locker room that showed a map of Serbia that included Kosovo. Written on the map were the words, "No surrender." The incident comes just days after Kosovo and Serbia reached a deal to end a long-running dispute over vehicle license plates. Here is a closer look at the incident, which the EU warns could trigger renewed ethnic violence.
I'm very pleased to announce that chief negotiators of Kosovo and Serbia have reached a deal tonight in Brussels on the European Union facilitation. The parties have agreed on measures that avoid further escalation and to fully focus on our proposal on the normalization of relations. I would like to point out that we also agreed that in case of obstruction by either party, the EU facilitator may terminate the process.
The latest crisis in the region was triggered by Pristina's decision to fine ethnic Serbs in Kosovo with Serbian-issued license plates. But it was a long way to go till the agreement, which many see as one of the most important steps towards peace in the region. Last week, Serbian President Aleksandar Vucic and Kosovo Prime Minister Albin Kurti had a rare one-on-one meeting. But the 8-hour talk mediated by Joseph Borrell was far from solving the 2-year dispute. Kurti agreed to delay issuing fines for 48 hours, a nerve-wracking period for international observers due to the possibility of escalation. But the license plates are just the tip of the iceberg. Serbia does not recognize Pristina's authorities. It defines their mutual frontier as an administrative and temporary separator. Furthermore, 50,000 Serbs in North Kosovo refuse to recognize the country as an independent state. An agreement from 2011 had barred vehicles with Kosovo plates from entering Serbia, but Serbian cars were free to drive in Kosovo. It expired last year, and Pristina decided to ban Serbian plates, a move that brought both countries to the verge of armed conflict. Then after a short-lived calm, Pristina renewed its intentions. In response, ethnic Serb police officers and other state workers resigned en masse, and protests were held in the country's north. But before the end of Pristina's delay, there was an agreement, but it brought different interpretations.
Pjesa e torgave në marrëveshjen e mbrëmshme nënkupton që qeveria nuk lëshon dhe regjistron torga të reja. Ajo është e qartë në tekst dhe gradualisht torgat e palegjshme do të nxjerren nga përdorimi sipas një mekanizmi të tillë.
Ono što je za nas važno to je da pregovori traju, KM tablice važe, ljudi koji ih imaju, a to je negde onih koji žive na Kosovu i Metohiji oko 7.000, a 2.000 u centralnoj Srbiji mogu da nastave da voze te automobile bez ikakvih smetnji i bez ikakvih kazni. Ja mislim da je to i statusno jedna mala taktička pobjeda koja će nas voditi u još težu situaciju kojoj ćemo biti izloženi, još težim pritiscima kojima ćemo biti izloženi.
Despite the reconciliation, the people of Mitrovica are still confused about the technical part of the agreement. Tensions between the two neighbors also made it all the way to the FIFA World Cup. FIFA officials have charged the Serbian national team for leaving an image of a flag showing Kosovo as a part of Serbia, with the words "No surrender" in the team's locker room. The Serbian side refused to comment when asked about the incident.
Will have on your have on your match with
No comments. Next question. No comments.
Are long-running tensions set to boil over again in the future? And are temporary agreements just delaying what many fear could be a wider, more violent conflict?
Before we leave, let's look at a couple of stories also making headlines this week in the region. Staying with the World Cup, and Kosovo's Football Association has applied to FIFA to receive Qatar's Stadium 974, one of the several venues hosting World Cup matches. The world's first portable stadium built from tin containers is set to be donated to a FIFA member state once the tournament ends. Many countries are vying for the stadium, but reports suggest Kosovo has a higher chance due to its close relations with the Qatar Football Association. And the world-famous British pop star Dua Lipa has been granted Albanian citizenship ahead of the country's 110th anniversary of independence. President Bayram Begay said it's an honor to award Lipa, who spread Albanians' fame internationally through her music. Lipa was born in London to immigrant Albanian parents from Kosovo. Together with her father, she established a foundation to raise funds with annual concert in her native Kosovo to help people suffering financial hardships. And that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye for now.